So this right here, this is the topic of today's video. I have to talk about a few things with the Mustang here. Not bad things, it's just things that are currently out of my control. Not much I can do about it, but I want to talk about it because it's on my mind and I don't want to forget. So yeah. So anyone who's ever messed with an EcoBoost Mustang knows that they have potential. On a normal EcoBoost, the biggest limiting factor is the turbo over here. And on this EcoBoost, a high output 2.3, the turbo is really not so much a limiting factor. It's a little bit bigger than a regular 2.3 turbo, so it's pretty much almost as big as the upgraded turbo you get for a normal 2.3 Mustang. So this engine really doesn't have to worry about too much on a turbo as its main upgrade. In fact, really all you have to do is just throw more boost at it and it's ready to go. The biggest limiting factor, of course, with any of these EcoBoost engines are fuel system. So yeah, for the most part though, it is it's pretty good, and it's got, you know, these can make a lot of power. They really can. They are boost dependent. You know, they're small engines. You need to throw a lot of boost in them to make that power, and that's just how that works. Of course, your Coyote cars, they don't need all that boost to make that power, but these do. And that's kind of like where I'm getting at this. You know, this car is great when it's set up right. And now, the way I have this car is I can literally customize it depending on the type of driving conditions I'm looking to do. So I have a throttle controller, and that actually, something I don't know, did I ever show? I don't know. Anyways, if you put it in a performance setting, it actually opens up the throttle angle more than it does on the factory setting. So you get a little bit more throttle angle on the throttle body, which theoretically should allow more air to flow through the throttle body, which obviously, you know, that's more power. I don't know if the car compensates in any way, but regardless of that. So in its optimal setting, the throttle controller will be turned on the performance mode, and the JMS Boost Max, that will be turned all the way up. Now, in order to safely run the JMS Boost Max at its max setting, it is recommended to have 93 octane in the tank. And always, you know, just for good measure, just a kiss of E85, and that does the trick. But problem is, I've been so limited with money. Obviously, getting all of this takes a lot of money, and I've been pretty limited for a while because I've been saving money and whatnot and putting money to the side so we can do this. And you know, the rising costs of gas and everything, I've basically never really had too much of a chance to run 93 in the car anymore. So I'm always dealing with very, very subpar power. In fact, like today, because now, you know, it's hot down here in Florida, the car gets heat soaked. I got 87 in the tank. There's no extra boost coming in, nothing. I couldn't even break the tires loose with traction control off. It's just, you know, it won't do it. There's just no power. You know, when the OAR and it scales back the timing and the boost tables, there's no power at all. So that really sucks. You know, I was actually driving and I was heading to the store to get food for Kitty. And there was this really, really nice second gen Coyote car, like a, you know, 15 through 17 car, GT. It was actually done really nice. It was yellow. I definitely prefer the 18 and up cars because of the way they look. I love the lower front end. But for the, you know, first gen S550, oh my God, it was so nice. It sounded good too. It had a really nice exhaust. Anywho, you know, I pull up behind him. He gets at a light. He's first at the light, and you know, of course, he takes off. Mind you, it's a 6-speed car. 6-speed manual, not an automatic car. He takes off, and I'm like, all right, let me see if I can hang. Nope, I could not. Normally, I'm pretty sure this car would hang with a second gen manual GT, at least a bolt-on car, when it's set up right. It just couldn't do it. It was no way it was happening. I mean, he was rolling out bus lengths, and I was just, it did all it could do. So it just runs out of steam really quick when it scales everything back, and it sucks. It really does suck, because yeah, you want to be able to, you know, have a couple fun runs when the opportunity comes around. You want to be able to have fun and drive the way you want, but you know, when you don't have that extra power, there's really no reason to. I mean, the good thing is the car does do a lot better, and I mean, I guess it's just because it scales everything back. It does a lot better on gas when you run 87, you know, and you don't drive like an idiot. You know, I average 25, 26 MPGs all day long. That's both mixed city and highway driving. So it's, you know, pretty good on gas, but no power, man. It's no power. This car is completely different when it is set up right. I did run one tank of 93 since I've been down here, because I finally found a couple stations that have E85. So they're not really close, but not too far away. But anyways, I ended up going to those stations. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me put some 93 85. I got everything set up. The car was running good. It was one night, you know, it was the nice cool airs at night. Car was running so good. In fact, it was probably running the strongest I've ever felt it. I've driven 18 GTs with the 10-speed. I know what kind of power those cars make. I know how it feels. I shit you not. This car that night felt every bit of GT power, if not maybe just a little bit more. It was running so good. I mean, it was pulling like a freight train, and I was so shocked at how well it was running that it felt like a whole new car almost. It almost felt like a completely different car. I don't even know what happened, but it was running like no one's business. And I'm like, damn, only if I could, you know, be able to use this power all the time. But, you know, there was a couple things that were going for me. First of all, it was cool out, and it wasn't even that hot that day. So the car wasn't heat soaked. You know, the intercooler, all this stuff wasn't hot. It was nice and cool. Everything was getting nice cold air. You know, the engine was pulling in nice cold air. Had the JMS Boost Max turned up, throttle controller turned up, 93 in the tank with a little bit of E85, and it was running so good. So this sucks. I just wish I could keep that kind of power. I really would like to showcase how that is on camera, but I haven't had a chance to do it. I haven't had a chance to really waste gas like that, you know, so it sucks. But hopefully here before long, I won't have to worry about that so much, you know, and that way I can actually start having some fun with this car and, you know, kind of showing off what the little 2.3 is capable of. And like I said, I've mentioned this quite a while ago, that there is some things I want to do that I wouldn't say experimental. I mean, these things have been done, but generally it's not the first thing most people go and do as a modification to their car. But something to help with IATs and heat soak. And you know, I kind of want to keep it on the low key, because I kind of want to keep it, you know, keep the suspense built up, because I kind of like the idea, something a little different. And I will give you one hint, is not methanol injection. Kind of staying away from that for now, in case anything goes wrong with the engine here. I don't have to worry about them saying I sprayed meth in the engine and whatnot, and being denied warranty claims. Not sure when I'm gonna be able to get around to that. It's all in time, guys, all in time. I'm doing everything I can. I gotta be an adult first, try to keep myself going, you know, it's first priorities, and of course YouTube here. It's a balance you have to play, and I'm just trying to make everything I can work. But I just want to go ahead and make this video, kind of just express some of the feelings I have right now. I know some people have to be going through the kind of the same thing, especially with these gas prices. It's unreal, and just how much inflation has hit everyone, and the cost of goods have gone up, and all of that really sucks, especially when you have hardly any money coming in at the moment. So it's a little rough. Just my thoughts and feelings on this whole situation until we finally get ourselves straightened out. But that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with everyone you know. If you want to see more content like this and you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and keep a lookout for next true car enthusiast video.